Real slow on that.
Hey,
I think the bells rang. Rang. I need to bring a little bell. I'm going to bring a bell next week.
Yeah, but like what? Like a cowbell?
No, I have a little
School bell.
School bell, exactly.
A school bell. You have one?
Yeah, I have a little bell. I don't have a school bell. But...
Pretend we're holding a school bell.
What?
Classes in?
Right.
Is that,
Study hall.
Study hall.
Study hall.
Yeah.
Now in session.
What's our intro?
Welcome to study hall.
Yeah, classes in session. Is that right? Boy, can we get cheesier? I love it. All right.
We're all about cheesy.
We are attempting to go live on Instagram as well. So,
hey.
oh, cool.
Let's see. I guess it's
Scroll up, I think. Technology is awesome.
When we know how to use.
I wonder.
There he goes. And that's what he just said.
We're back.
Let's
Can
do
you
this.
drop out of stream?
No. Oh, you know why?
Right after I said technology is awesome.
We
It froze with me saying technology is awesome. That's great.
don't leave someone in the comments so they can see that. Okay. Oh, it looks like we're live again though. We're still.
Yeah, it's kind of coming in and out.
Yeah.
So I don't like how low that is.
So
We've got one little baby bar on our Wi-Fi signal. We got two now. Hey, come on.
Oh,
Send the positive internet vibes.
My sister's watching.
Good morning, sis.
good morning, sis. Which sister?
Dawn.
Good morning, Dawn.
All right. You
Okay,
know
keep
what?
our fingers crossed. We're not
Yeah.
going to touch the computer. Maybe it'll work fine.
New Wi-Fi is coming soon. Before we jump in, since Tony's standing right next to me, and she's going to remind me anyway, the little like down, the little thumbs up, and the little hearts down on the bottom right do wonders for us. It lets all of these new people and people who are having trouble finding us or forgetting that we're on, it helps them find us. So like, share, heart, whatever, it means a lot, and we appreciate it.
Morning, Kathy. We do appreciate it. And this is study hall. If you're just like coming in, this is our new Saturday.
Second one?
Well, we've done it a few times, but officially second one. Yes.
Okay, cool. Officially episode 2. Well, so we talked about doing it for a long time. And on Mondays when we do Quilt Talk, you know, we have the techniques, and that's the main goal is with Joanne is the, you know, techniques of quilting and sewing. But then I talk about, you know, just cut up and sew in general.
Right.
We don't really get to focus on the classes, and we have so many classes and so many events that we let's literally do another live and just do that.
Yeah, I agree.
And you'll find today Christy's with us. We're going to be bringing teachers on, so you guys get to meet them
And get to know them.
and get to know them. Yeah,
And see if their personality works with yours to learn from. I think that's the biggest thing with teachers. It's like, I want to take the class, but I'm not sure about that person. So
Yeah, that Christy. Woo.
yeah.
I know, I'm a handful.
Yes, she is.
No, it's great. And honestly, I love that we're just focusing on classes because, and we say this literally every single time we go live. I know,
Every
but
time.
I think it's important that we do it until everybody really gets it. Our classes are full. They're filling up so fast. It is a wonderful problem to have. But for those of you that have been with us for going on 3 years almost, it didn't used to be like that. So that's why we keep talking about it, because we were just looking about, what are we, to May, April?
April, yeah. I need to put some new stuff up.
So cutupandsew.com, click register as early as humanly possible. And if it's full, click the waiting list.
That's huge because we've called 2 people now for the IQ retreat.
Yeah,
So
life
it's-
happens.
Yeah.
People have to
does.
cancel, you know, scheduling conflicts.
Mhm.
And we will call you if a spot opens up. Also, if a spot doesn't open up and we have, I mean, we've done this with Christy, how many times you get a class is full, and then you get 10 more people that want the exact same class. So what do? We offer it again.
we are pretty easy. Well, this year might be different though. We might not be able to do that.
Well, true.
So we are so crazy this year.
It's wonderful.
It is. It's
It's
a good
great.
thing. It's
That
good
just
crazy.
means that you guys like us. No, but truthfully, it just means that we have grown and we're reaching more people. And I think maybe we found the recipe for what classes people like.
True.
That's a big deal, and that's just a learning process, getting to know you guys, and that's what this is about anyway. So
Right. Exactly.
where do we start? Let's see. If I say good morning to everybody, good morning, Tammy. Get to work. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Sam, Kathy. All right, awesome. The whole crew's here.
Welcome to Study Hall. Don't forget likes.
Maria, I know you're off today, but wake up. We're on. Hello, we're here.
Where are you?
Yeah. All right. Where do you want to start?
You wanna
wanna
bring Christy on first?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
let's bring
on.
Come on in, Miss Christy.
You guys know Christy.
I'm here.
Ba-ba.
That way.
I keep wanting to look at the computer. I know.
This should be over on that side of the table.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know. Hey,
Good morning, everybody.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
it is. So, well, you guys probably know Christy, unless you're new to Cut Up and Sew or not in Palm Coast and you're just watching us because you found us either at a quilt show or just online. Christy actually works here, but you've been here longer than I have.
That's right. I started with the previous owner.
Yeah.
And then I was lucky enough that you brought me on when you took over.
I always say she came with the shop. It's true. Though.
It is, yeah.
But yeah. So, but you didn't? Did you used to teach?
I just started and then the pandemic came.
Oh,
And
right.
so I think I only taught like one class.
Okay.
So then we had to shut everything down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it shut everything down.
yeah.
Well, cool. Well, you've been teaching almost since the beginning with
With you
yeah,
since you've owned the shop. I
and
have,
she
yeah.
is our, I guess, resident by Annie.
By Annie Bag.
Oh, that's right. A professional bag lady.
That's it. My
Oh,
name.
I didn't know that.
You do more than bags, by the way. And
Oh,
so-
I sure do.
yeah. I mean, Toni, you kind of wanted to. Did you have some questions, maybe? So
Yeah.
How can we get?
We want you
Them
to
to know
know
her.
Christy, so you're me on the spot now.
All right.
That's why we put you in the middle.
That's okay. I'm easy. I'll just bounce back and forth.
Well, I think it's kind of cool for everyone to know that you also are the president of the chapter for American
Sewing Guild.
And how long you been in that?
Oh gosh, I've been in that probably about 8 years now.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we meet here the third Saturday of every month
All right.
at 10:30, and we have some kind of program. We learn some new technique or project. Some of them are hands-on, some of them are just demos. And
Can people join that?
Oh yes,
We have people that move to Palm Coast, and are there any guilds? And I'm like, yes. So
Yeah.
what's the best way? I mean, I think we have cards.
we have cards.
or-
Yeah, we have cards available, or just go online, ASG, AmericanSewingGuild.org, and you can register there and just look for the Jacksonville chapter.
Awesome.
So yeah, we have a great group of ladies. We all are just here to have fun, just like any quilter or sewist.
Mhm.
And so yeah,
And you guys do charity things too.
oh definitely do charity.
Well, the key thing though is it's a sewing guild, so it's not just about quilts, which I think is kind of cool too. So you talk about clothing, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So everything. It's kind of neat. That
Yeah, and that's yeah.
It's a big organization,
It's
right?
a big organization.
Yeah, it really is. And our quote chapter goes from the Georgia line all the way down to Ormond Beach. And so we have what they call neighborhood groups that meet up
Oh,
in
okay.
Jacksonville and St. Augustine. And then our local group, the Palm Coast group, meets here. And yes, we have one neighborhood group that just does nothing but couture sewing. They're
Wow.
up in Jacksonville. And but we do a little bit of everything. We talk about sewing in every way possible,
Very
you know,
cool.
whether it's, you know, applique or sewing a quilt or a dress or whatever. And when people have projects they're working on, they bring them in if they have questions or whatever.
Awesome.
So-
Yeah, it's a good group of ladies too. It's a cool. I say ladies because I don't think there's a guy in there.
There's not so
Okay.
far.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. So far.
That's right. Come on, dudes,
Yeah.
men. We need some more men around here.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. So that's really cool. I think that's neat to know that when you have that background, and so you can pretty much help anybody with any process, or if not, you'll figure
We find it
out.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Dawn says Christy's an awesome teacher. You're just biased.
Yeah, I say, Dawn, that's sister love.
She
That's
is
my sister.
So, and we'll toot your horn for a minute. You take, I don't know how many classes you've done, a bunch. And the overall response is Christy is an awesome teacher because you're patient.
Mhm.
And that is huge. I
Thank
mean, truthfully, it is. I know that when you have a group of a larger class, not everybody's on the same level.
Right.
And so it can be frustrating for everybody, for the student who is maybe struggling or the one that's more advanced and the teacher trying to balance that.
Yeah.
And you do a good job.
Thanks.
So yeah, absolutely.
I think it's my mom rubbing off. She was a teacher.
Oh,
nice.
She was a
okay.
middle school teacher. So yeah,
What's your favorite part of teaching?
learning from the students.
Yeah, and I agree. That's the best.
Yeah, I have never walked away from a class, I don't think, where I haven't picked up some hint or something like that from a student in the class. Sometimes it's just a question of, well, can't we do it this way instead of the way you're showing it? And I'll go back and say, okay, give me a minute. Sometimes by the end of the class, I can answer their question, but sometimes I actually go home and have to go, that's a great idea, but how can I make that happen?
Right.
You know, so
Always be learning.
That's
yes, for sure.
I think that's a huge, whatever. I think that's really important for teachers.
Mhm.
Just because you're the educator doesn't mean you know you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be done your way.
Right.
Like, and I love that somebody goes, actually, that's a great idea. Or, ooh, that's really cool.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You can also do it that way.
Mhm.
You know, you got to be open.
Right.
Yep.
The whole point, and that's why I love our classroom atmosphere. It is very chill, welcoming. There's no, you know what I mean? It's not a stress-free zone.
Yeah, there's no racing in classes.
There's no race.
That's-
I know, although you all get super competitive, very friendly competition amongst each
Yeah.
other, but it's definitely a relaxed atmosphere.
Well, that's what I tell my students.
Yeah.
The first thing, especially if I have a class that has a lot of students I've never taught before, is it's not a competition, you know, and I'm not going to be a task mistress where I say, okay, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. Everybody's got to be on the same page. No, by the end of the class, I usually have, like you mentioned, people all different places in the pattern or whatever, and they eventually all come together, you know, and so that's the thing. We just try to have a good time.
Yeah, and people do help each other here.
Right.
I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
everybody's happier in Florida. Sorry to those of you that are not in Florida, but come on down. Speaking of which, hello Nina. We'll talk about you in just a bit. Janice said, Christy taught me several cool tricks. Also encouraged by creativity. That's awesome.
Janice. Oh yeah, she was just in my
Yeah.
class the other day.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
And good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Songbird Quilting Studio. Janice, Kimberly, Gail. All right.
Oh, Kimberly's on.
The whole gang's here.
Kimberly Loman. I don't know if that's the
my
Kimberly
other
you're talking.
sister. That's
All
my
right.
other sister.
All right. How many sisters you
I
got?
just have two, so they're both online.
Okay, so any more sisters popping up?
No, I have a brother, but he's at work today.
Okay. Well, I know Kim. Hi, Kim.
Yeah. You've met both of them. So
Awesome.
anyway.
So, and this is something that, again, we're going to, because she made this for me. What is this?
Switchback.
Switchback. I am obsessed with
Is
this
that the
bag.
animal
Yeah, this is by Ann.
It's a by Ann.
She picked out the fabric, or excuse me, I kind of
You
picked out the
did.
fabric, but she put it together, and I love this bag. I don't think we've ever taught that one as a class,
No, I have not. I'm not taught that one yet.
and I'm not saying you want
Okay.
to. I wanted
Yeah.
to showcase some of your skills, but that is the next class, and it is full.
Correct.
So
But
people are already asking for the first part too now, I guess.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's two pieces in the pattern. So
Yeah.
one is the purse, and then the purse fits inside the tote. And the idea is mainly to make them so that you can use the same shoulder strap for both of them, and they kind of coordinate together. I did not do them that way, as you can see, but this is my everyday bag. Everybody sees me with this all the time. And then the tote's just a good size. It's not so big. Some of the totes are much bigger that ladies bring everything they need for a class.
Right.
This is like if you're going shop hop or something like
That's a good
that,
idea.
and
It's big
putting
enough.
Yeah.
putting things in,
That's a really
put
good
your passport in there,
Yeah.
and there is a small zipper,
There is. Look at that.
and so then you can put your I started to say your quarters. I don't know where that came from. Your driver's license.
Are you gambling and not telling us?
gambling with quarters,
really?
Slot machines.
making it
back in the
big.
day.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's me.
somewhere.
But
This is
yeah.
reversible too, right?
And it is reversible. Yeah, that is what's so cool about it. You end up with no inner seams so that it can be reversed very easily.
I love that fabric. It was made for a bag.
Yes.
I love
it
the
really
plaid
was.
with it.
Yeah. It came out really nice. But yes, that one did fill up. That is
What's
the
the name of the
13th.
pattern?
The
Not
pattern
the plaid.
is night and day,
I always say it backwards.
or day and night, one or the other.
No,
yeah.
it's night and day. I say day and night.
Yes. So that you can
Because it should be days before. Well,
Yeah.
it depends what time we're talking, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, so that one is February 13th. It is full, but again, if you're interested, hit the wait list in case somebody does have to drop out at the last minute.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, and truthfully, we'll try to offer them as much as possible. You did a couple of them like really close together, but now it's going to have to be probably later in the year.
Yeah.
But we're not going anywhere, you
Nope.
know. So
yeah, let us know you're interested.
definitely hit the wait list.
Yep.
What other projects do you think that you might like to teach?
Well, I love how this is coming out.
Oh,
I know
that's right. You are teaching this next.
I'm teaching this, and this is March the 28th, I think.
Mhm. It's a Thursday
And it's
afternoon.
part of the door banner series that I'm sure Tony's going to talk about
Yes,
later.
that's so
But in
great.
here,
Yeah, we'll tell you all about this.
We're talking about different ways to applique. And so you can't see it on camera, but the Happy Easter is done with straight stitches. The Big Bunny is done with the
Blanket.
blanket stitch. Yes, ma'am. This egg is done with zigzag. And then down here, I did the satin stitch. This part I have not finished out yet, but, or these. But yeah, so it's going to showcase all the different ways you can do
Very
applique. And yes, and then it'll be finished out. So that's one of the things that I'll be going over
I'm
with
excited
everybody.
about that, teaching techniques. I think that needs to be in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I agree. And you're also a heck of a quilter.
You
Thanks.
really are.
I mean, the one you just made, which you guys will see soon, actually, we'll take that to Daytona, is awesome.
Thanks.
You've made a bunch of them. By the way, good morning, Jody. Good morning, Linda, Ginger, Mary. You were going to do something, and I don't want to put it on the spot because I know it's not on the calendar, but at some point you were going to teach a quilting class. The flower,
The flower pop.
right?
Mhm.
Flower pop.
But is
yeah.
that applique? It's not, right?
No, it's not.
It's
It's done with a
it's
roller.
piecing.
It's curve piecing.
Curve piecing done an easy
so
way.
getting back into the technique. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And that's what it'll be. Just like this, you're not going to actually make the banner the day of the class. You're going to learn about the different techniques to applique. That'll be the same thing. The flower pop will be the same thing. It'll be the technique, how to use the ruler to make curves. And that's what it's called, flower pop, because a lot of them are flowers, the designs.
So I like this, and you guys can tell us what you think, but we have a lot of like from start to finish, the Quilting 101, 7 weeks. You know what I mean? That's a full course. But I like classes that are technique based. They're not as long. You can get a lot of information. They're less expensive. They're shorter. And then you can go home and work on what you learned. Like I like classes like that as well. And I think that's something we can sprinkle in, you know, as the year goes. Because we do have a lot of events and like, again, the Quilting 101 or multiple day classes. And I know not everybody's retired in Florida, clearly. But you know, sometimes people like, okay, I just want to learn how to do that. And then they can take that knowledge and
Apply it. to something.
yeah, right. Exactly.
And that's what the flower pop will be, just like that's what this will be. Couple hour class.
yeah, that's
And
good.
then get you to do maybe one flower
Mhm.
so that you can learn the technique and feel comfortable with the ruler that comes with it. So, yep.
Love that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So anything else any other kind of techniques that you all want to learn out there?
That's
Just
a great question.
let us know.
Put
Yeah.
something in the comments,
yeah.
so we can see what else you might want Christy to teach.
Yeah, and if you're watching this back and you're not live and you're just watching it back, we still read the comments and
Please.
respond. So put it in there whenever you watch this.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it pops up later and you can't find the feed, call us, email me, whatever. Well, just get that. We want to know what you guys want to learn and what kind of classes you want.
Right.
info@cutupandsew.com.
All spelled
Look
out.
at you.
Boom.
That goes to him.
Yeah, it goes to him, but then he can pass it on to the instructors. So
Yeah.
he's
This
good
one's
at
for
that.
me. This one's for Tony. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so let's go ahead and talk about this.
Okay, sure.
If that's
Let
all
me
right.
switch places with you then.
Yeah, you
Brought
can
some
hang
of the
out.
other kids.
Stay up here and hang out with us
Yeah.
if you want.
Okay.
It's like
You guys
like
have
moving
probably
chairs.
seen this popping up on a few
Indeed.
different shops and a few of the sites. I think it's cute.
I think it's cute.
I think it's
It
stinking
is.
cute. We're doing it a little bit different though, right?
We are doing it totally different.
Well, how are we going to do it?
Well, I'm going to tell
So
you.
you tell
Whoop, whoop. So here's the catch. There's only 12 kits. So what it is basically a kit a month. You don't have to sign up for all of them. You don't have to, you can sign up for one and then skips 3, whatever. I am going to host it as a class session, basically 3 hours, and then talk about the pattern. We do a little bit of sewing in class. Again, top high level techniques, tips. And then you're going to do it at home because this is the first one. This one's February 29th. It's
by the way, sorry to cut you off. It's called the Riley Blake. Was it door
Door
banners?
door banners.
Door
Yep.
hangers, door banners.
door banners.
probably should have known that. But yeah, and so the idea is that there's 12 of them for one for every month.
Correct. And we're doing it every month on the 4th Thursday at 4 p.m. except this one's on the 5th because it's leap year.
Leap year, okay.
And we had the show
So what
before.
month is this start? Where are we starting?
We're starting this February 29th,
Okay, this
4 o'clock. So what you're going to see if you go, I'm going to change it a little bit in the description too. I realized I didn't think that through. The idea is you're making the door banner the month before the seasonal reference. So like this is St. Patty's Day. So you're going to do it in February. This is Easter. I know it's the 4th weekend in March and Easter is like the next weekend, but you can do it. It's applicated. It's really easy. So Christy's going to teach that one. And then the next one, I think, is tulips. I didn't bring them all. If you go to the website, what's going to happen, they'll come in a box, a collector box. Riley Blake does an amazing job.
Yeah,
with
they're
their
packaged. They don't come like this. This is just a shop.
stamp.
They don't care about us getting pretty packaging with a bow, but it is really, Riley Blake's awesome at marketing, and
Yeah.
their whole little packaging is
I love their
just
boxes.
super cute.
And the boxes is perfect to store your process and your
Yep.
stuff in.
Yeah.
So when they come in, I'm hoping they'll be here soon for February.
Actually, I got the invoice.
Okay, they'll be here.
They're on
Yay.
the way.
So come in before class, read and cut out, and then you come to class with your stuff cut. Then we'll walk you through how to do the tips and tricks.
Yeah, so this is definitely what I was just talking about. It's like the technique
Mhm.
and answering any questions you may have about the banner or the project. We're not going to do from start to finish. Truthfully, like this one is probably, Tony said, the hardest. I haven't looked ahead, but there's a lot to it.
So what I also would say, if you are a beginner, this one is not for you. If you've just taken the Quilting 101, this is a great one for you because this helps advance your skills. This is a skill builder process. Actually, all of them would be skill building this whole year. If you need to be building your skills in accuracy and pressing and cutting, this is the program for you. Because some of these pieces are 1-inch pieces. So it didn't make me happy.
Look at that little teeny thing.
Yeah,
Oy.
that was 1.5, but that's 1 inch. So they're small.
Oh, the top corner.
Mhm.
Oh, geez.
So but the point is you can build your skills on it. And I did too. So even I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm still, like I said, learning and building my skills, making sure my points meet. I'm going to teach you tips in each of those sessions about how that pattern needs to be adjusted.
Yeah, you could technically, and I agree, don't just start with this one if you are a beginner, but you could still technically get it, come to the class, and then you'll have it for next year if you just absolutely love this, because it's not going to be available next year. So you could just have it, get the knowledge, and then if you're not ready to go ahead and start diving in, take the other 11 and then end with that one.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
you could kind of do it that way.
I
If
think-
you just absolutely love it, is stinking cute. Don't get me
It
wrong.
is. I really liked it after I got it together. Didn't like it.
Most of them are not this complex.
No, they're
just
not.
based on the images. Yeah.
And they say copy along again. This is our shop sample. So like this one is really cute. I think this one is going to be September's.
Put that closer.
No, that's
Here,
fine.
we can.
They always go cut up and sew
I
classes
can
and
do this
find
too.
it there. I love that one. I think it's cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
So here's the thing though. They're all up on the website right now. Go and sign up. We only have 12 kits for each month. And if you say, well, I'm not local, guess what? I'm teaching it, so it's going to be virtual.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
and no, I will
And
not record it.
You
Sorry.
can't record it, but we'll ship you the stuff so you can have it
Right.
for the.
And
for the
that's
virtual
going to be
class.
an additional fee. So the class fee is
There's a shipping
$50,
fee.
and it basically covers your kit. You get me for free.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
This
but-
is really cute though. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, and when we were looking at, we didn't get to see we just saw little pictures
Mhm.
on a
And they were
folder.
not very good pictures.
And it was
so.
like, yeah, but I loved the concept of it, and I liked that it was 12 small things that we could do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's the whole, everything's in it, hence the pricing.
Not the backing, but you got your binding, your pattern. Well, you have to say that no backing is included.
No backing, that's right.
But binding is included.
Linda says, haha, too late doing one already. All right, now, Linda, are you doing, so a lot of places are doing it as a block of the month where
You're committed.
you're committed to all 12, and obviously you're paying a lot more for that, which some people, cool, that's awesome if you want to do that. We didn't want to do it that way because, well, I know that if I wouldn't like all of these.
I wouldn't be locked into it. Yeah.
And who can commit? Not everybody can commit to that as well.
Right.
Do you bring your sewing machine also to class?
Yes.
Denise, are you talking about which class?
The banner class. If
Okay.
you're talking about
If
the
you're
banner
talking about
class,
the banner
yes,
class,
you will be
yes.
bringing it in.
Okay. So you are sewing.
Yeah, you are sewing because I want to make sure you can do accurate.
Oh, it's
piecing.
3 hours. Yeah. So, okay. Yes. And as far as if you're not talking about that class, it really depends. If it's a club, which we're going to talk about our clubs in a second, we don't bring classes to clubs unless it's a workshop day. Classes to clubs.
I was just gonna let it go.
I know, I'm just like, I know, looked at her like, look at me.
You don't bring sewing machines to clubs, but for most of the classes, yes, you do.
Mhm.
And I like the fact these are small projects too,
Mhm.
because we've got ladies that are doing the large quilts and things with Joanne's class on Fridays and stuff like that, and other classes where you can put in between.
Yes.
It's kind of a breather that you do big quilts for somebody as a gift or even for yourself. And then you're like, oh, that one's done. What do I want to do? Well, these are perfect to fit in between your big projects.
Yeah, for all of you CEO members,
Mhm.
CEO crew, no, is that
Crew.
right?
Yep,
CEO
CEO
crew
crew.
members, this is an easy one to get checked off.
Right.
Um,
Well,
and
I don't know if it's easy, but yes,
other than this
technically.
one, they're fairly easy. Yeah, they're quicker maybe.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I've seen your yards here in Florida. Y'all like to decorate for every single possible holiday.
And the other thing we'll teach is how to hang it. So you're like, well, that's a nice thing. It's 20 by 36, just so you know. It's 20 inches wide and 36 long. It fits on a door. But if you don't want to hang it on a door, I'll show you some other ways to hang it.
Yeah, I
Use
just
it.
haven't trimmed this one down, so it does look larger, but will end up
Does
the
it?
same
Oh,
size.
that's what the same.
Well, she folded. Yeah. Okay, Denise, the banner. Yeah. So bring your machine. Good morning,
Mhm.
Val. Good morning, Rosalind. And then Kathy said, and this is virtual too.
Yep.
Yes.
But you better sign up.
So definitely sign up.
And so, like I said, it's all up there for the whole year. So if you say, well, I really like that pumpkin one, look at September, sign up for September. Remember, when you see the pictures, I will label them when I get later on today, when I get a chance. But I always think of the month before is when the actual kit will be done. So like this is for October, but it'll be done in September. Like this is March's, but it'll be done in February. Just think like that. Because otherwise you'll miss out on the wrong kit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to you guys? Good.
Okay, cool.
If you have questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments or call us. We're happy to help you walk you through it. Yeah, I'm excited. This is cool.
Yeah, this one's this month of February 29th.
February 29th, right after the Daytona show.
Right after Daytona, yeah.
We're not going to be tired at all.
the living. I was gonna say the living room's gonna look a mess, but the classroom might still look a little hectic.
A little bit.
That's okay. We work around it.
Okay, so Nina was on here. Can I jump into that?
Let's go to Nina.
Okay. Nina was on just a little while ago. I don't know if you're still on. We were going to have Nina on. Honestly, Nina, your classes, and for those of you that don't know, Nina has 4 classes with us. They're all almost full. And so we decided we're going to go live with Nina at Daytona, which is really cool, in person, which I love.
I did too.
Awesome.
But there still are a couple of spots left, so we figured we might as well talk about it. So the beginner free motion quilting class is full, but again, wait list.
What's that?
Everybody has one of these or the junk drawer, right?
Right.
And they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this one? What do I do with this one? This is metallic. Can I use this here? Can I use this for that project? Literally, I don't know what this is. We need
It's
to
a mess.
we need to go through this. So, everybody has one of these, and so the All About Thread lecture literally will help you organize this. It'll give you ideas of how to use which threads when. People have so many questions about thread
all the time,
and you can see that they're just, when they walk in, they're like, but I'm quilting. Do I have to use this rack? No, but
I got a phone call from my sister the other night. She's doing a project in a class and they gave her a certain type of thread and she'd never used it before. So she's like, it's a different weight. It's not 50 weight. So Dawn called me and she's like, okay, so what do I need to do? How do I need to put that in my machine or whatever, And so we kind of talked about it for a few minutes. So it's a great class.
It is. Now, Nina, she's still here. She said it. So awesome. Nina, feel free to put in the comments and we can go live and do this because it's a lecture demo. So our wall moves. And so if we need to cram some more people in here, we can do that for this class. I think this lecture is so important for sewers, quilters. If you use thread, you should come to this.
I'm going to sit in on it. I really am because I learned something the last time she was here and did it. And I would like to have that reinforced again. So I'm
Exactly.
going to definitely sign up for that.
Yeah.
one.
So
I
Nina,
haven't
if there's
already.
a quick summary that you want to put in the comments that to put it in your own words, feel free to do so.
What's the date for the lecture?
Oh, okay. So the lecture is Thursday, March 21st, and it's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's in the evening because of those that work.
Yep.
They're tired of missing out on stuff. And this is such a helpful and honestly important lecture that we wanted to make it open to everybody. So yeah, again, it's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday the 21st. This is all on our website. You can click it and sign up for it. No problem. We'll have to look how many spots we put in there. If we need to bump it, we can. Is it unlimited? Unlimited. So let's shoot. It's technically we're closed. So if we need to do it out in the, she needs a TV, but we'll figure it out. We'll make room for you. Honestly, seriously, if we, we'll do like stadium seating style,
Yeah.
like for Java with Josh. We'll make it work.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's super important. Also, the next day, I think, the 22nd is beginning ruler work. There is, I think, maybe maybe two spots at most left for this. This is just a sample. What's amazing about this is that you get a ruler that Nina created, and it is a very cool ruler. People are terrified to just try free motion. Thread painting, they're like, I'm not an artist. I'm terrified. Ruler work, they think it's difficult. Nina is, well, she's been doing this a long time. So I don't want to put words in your mouth, Nina, but I'll toot your horn. You're really good at this. And you're also, just like we were talking about Christy, very patient and just so enthusiastic that it makes you want to do more. It's really, really cool. And I tried ruler work, and I don't like guidelines and structure. But I'll be honest with you, the end result is so cool and so clean.
Yeah.
And that I totally dig it. Like, I enjoyed the process of learning, and I'd like to learn a lot more. I won't use it for everything. Like, this is way more my cup of tea, the thread painting. But I encourage you, if you've got a machine and a ruler foot and you haven't used it, get those last two spots, because it's awesome.
And it comes with a ruler, her special ruler. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So her class is it's everything. It's what's the all-inclusive, right?
I
mean, it's a kit. You get everything. All you got to do is bring your machine.
There are a couple of things like there. You have to make sure you have, well, for the ruler work, they got to have the 1/4-inch foot.
Well,
or
okay.
So there's a couple things, but not most.
There's a supply list on the site, but
Yes.
things that you would need. Yeah, the right tool makes the job easier, but we're providing the ruler and the fabric and lunch and all that stuff. So Nina said, let's see, threads is only a lecture, but I can answer all questions. Yeah, of course. Will the thread class be virtual?
We have to talk to Nina about that.
I'll call you, Nina, unless you just want to answer on here.
We have to talk to her.
But let's talk, because we got to make sure that we can do that, because she has a slideshow and everything else. So good question, Dawn. That's what students make by the end of the class in ruler work. Yeah, awesome. And you're welcome. And then thread. So that is the beginner ruler work quilting class, which is going to be full probably after this is over. And that's the 22nd. But on the 23rd, we get 3 days of Nina. I mean, this is a lot of Nina.
Really?
But she's really close so they can see that.
And this is the thread painting on March 23rd. Oh, wait, I should look on that computer, not the phone.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's really good.
That's all thread. Look at that flower.
I love the star.
Ooh, other way.
There's Maria.
Good morning, Maria. Waking up at a nice 9:30.
It's her day off. Be nice.
Good for her. Yeah, thread painting. I absolutely love this. Now, do you have to take the beginner free motion quilting class before you take this? No. If you are taking the free motion class and you didn't sign up for this, I recommend that you do.
Yeah.
Because they do kind of piggyback off each other. But and Nina, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but this is a beginner thread painting course.
Right.
Everything Nina's doing is not skill based. It is for beginners and up. If you're an advanced sewer, thread painter, free motioner, I know that's not a word, quilter,
Yes.
whatever, you can still learn something.
True.
It doesn't matter if you take a class with Christy for a bag making and then you take bag making the exact same bag from a different teacher, you're going to learn something different.
Exactly.
Just because everybody has knowledge that, that's what's awesome about it. So yes, beginner. Okay. Beginner and up.
Yeah, and this too will help you with your quilting projects, whether it's a bag or, a small quilt or a door thing. You'll feel more confident by taking this class with Nina to go ahead and get adventuresome or creative with your other projects.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nina, I'm assuming, Nina, that you're going to bring some of your samples like you did last time. It is basically a trunk show, and it is awesome.
She also has advanced classes. So if you guys are into this whole weekend that we do with her, we can bring her back for the next step. She has advanced classes in all these things.
Yeah, and Nina, would you ever do like a hybrid class where you're on the TV and we're in person? Because Nina doesn't live here in Florida, so I thought that she did. So, if you take any of these beginner classes and you're like, I know you're going to say I love Nina, but I love this class, I want to learn more. Let us know because I'd be totally down for that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Thread painting is loads of fun, and you work with many different stabilizers. Okay, that's awesome. You guys can read this. It's great. Good morning, Nina.
She's gonna fill our wall with samples. She says.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, you're watching it in real time. I got a little bit. I was like, where are you reading that? Okay, cool. Yeah, her samples are awesome. It's really inspiring. It's motivating because it's like, okay, not there yet. But, you know what I mean? But it's like you got something to work for. Yeah, totally. So, all right. So lots of Nina. Anything else? Classes that we need to talk? I know we're going to do this every Saturday, so we don't need to go too far.
So what's this next week have in store?
I don't know.
We'll start with today.
Yeah.
Today is
clubs.
Tula Club starts at 10:30. We are still working through our butterfly quilt. If you want to join, it's not too late. We have a private Facebook group where we are posting what we're doing every month and also the presentation. And then at 1:00 we have EPP Club, which is our English Paper Piecing Club. I teach you tips and tricks, and we are doing a new project for this year. It's called Brim-filled block, and I'll talk about that in the club.
So real quick, I can't remember who it was, Janice, I think, or Janet was here, and she said, well, I kind of want to learn, I'm interested in, I think it was EPP, but are they going to be kind of coming in the middle of something, or do you still encourage people to come in and at least find out where they're at, see if you like it?
Right, exactly.
It's a free club. All of our clubs are free.
I actually, for the English paper piecing, I have a kit. So if you've never done it before, I walk you through how to do it, the basics of it. And then you have a choice to jump in any projects. We've got a couple of them actually going. But if you're new and you're curious, come on in. We'll talk about it and I'll show you some tips and tricks for it.
It's a fun group.
It's a
little rowdy.
It amazes me how many people we have in the group. We have over 10. So
yeah, it's awesome. Like consistently. And some are the Barb crew's traveling.
Well, Barb doesn't do it. She's only in Tula.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, then Tula's the rowdy one because anywhere Barbara is. It's a great way. I love it. Are you kidding me? We love Barbara.
Oh, I love her too. She's been in several of my classes too.
And by the way, Janice, I might be ready for thread painting. You're ready.
Janice, you are so ready. For thread painting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are.
Your creative side will come out.
You're ready, Grasshopper.
So
clubs.
Those are 2 clubs today. So what's 2 clubs next Saturday?
So next Saturday is our second, I think, meeting of the AccuQuilt Diehards Club.
Yep.
Which 20 plus people.
We had 25 people.
It was packed.
Wow.
We are offering that one virtually. Or no?
We're going to try. I'm going to try.
Oh, sorry, I might have misspoke.
Cindy and I are going to try to set up. I'm probably going to do my. We're working on it.
Okay, sorry. That one may not be virtual next week. Maybe not. But but it is here in person, and it's AccuQuilt.
And my clubs are virtual, so the ones today are virtual.
Beautiful. So AccuQuilt is something that a lot of people have that they don't use, or
it's in the closet.
It's in the closet collecting dust, or they have it, but they're just like, I don't know what else to do. And so I think that was the whole getting inspired. All of our clubs are about motivating, creating a community of people who are interested in the same stuff as you, especially AccuQuilt, because it's a game changer. If you have one, you should use it. If you don't have one and you're a quilter, you should get it. I mean, you shouldn't not use it. To me, I'm like, well, who wants to cut? And I don't care how good you are, your lines are not that straight every time.
Well, that's what they say.
No
that,
chance.
there's 3 ways that a quilter or somebody who's doing a project can go wrong. The first one is cutting. And this makes it so accurate. And so, I mean, you're taking that part of the equation right off. So everything's going to be exact.
Yeah, that's so true. And AccuQuilt, yeah. Anyway, so AccuQuilt Diehards Club is at 10:30.
Mhm.
And then we have our costuming club. Oh, I say costuming.
I'm
I was
testing
gonna say,
them.
you got a little bit of an accent.
I need some coffee. All these New Yorkers rubbing off on me. Costuming club 3, 1
to 3.
1 to 3. See, I knew there was a 3 in there. At 1. So the costuming club is fun. It's awesome. And this meeting, we're doing the Fascinator. Karen is doing, it's a workshop where we're doing the Fascinators. Karen's teaching it. So, but the costuming club is for anyone and everyone. We've got people who are into reenactment, like period pieces, and then pirates, and then cosplayers who are into, going to all the cons. So we've got groups that are literally after the meeting getting up and they're going to cons together. We had, I can't remember how old she was, but a little girl who wants to design her own clothes. So she's drawing out the patterns and she just got her first sewing machine.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome.
That's
So
really cool.
because costuming is,
It's all encompassing.
there's so many different, and so it's an interesting group because everybody has different interests. I like the horror stuff, and there's one girl that finally showed up. Thank you that likes it with me. But truthfully, we like so many different things, but it's kind of cool because the same goal is just to be giant kids and have fun, So we're doing the Fascinator cap, and then we're going to do some electrical work. People like to, for their Halloween costumes or for their cons or whatever, for their costuming, they want to add lights. And so there's John's going to do some electrical wiring and stuff.
Nice.
Leather work. We're hoping to learn how to make props with foams. I want to make some swords. Why not, right?
Of course.
For my son.
Sure.
For my son.
For yours, I don't know if I do that.
Foam sword, better than the stick he keeps hitting me with.
Oh,
but no. So costuming club is really fun, and those are both the second Saturday of every month.
So
what other clubs?
What are other clubs?
Might as well. We're on a club roll, so
Okay.
we got 7 of them, right?
Right. That was 4.
Bag lady.
He's supposed to be doing it.
Oh, sorry.
I get it right every time. We've got the Bag Lady Club. I don't know when they meet though. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I think
Third
that's
Tuesday.
3rd Tuesday of every month.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, beautiful. Of course, the
Bag lady would know.
extraordinary Bag Lady knows. Bag Lady Club. We've got a Serger Club, and then we've got our Hump Day Hoopers, which is our embroidery club.
Correct. Yes. Oh, that's the other one we'll talk about in a minute.
Okay.
So this week we also have going Sewing 101. So if you are new to sewing, or you just inherited a machine, or you just want to know the basics, because maybe you don't have a machine and you're thinking about it, but you want to test things out. Come in on Tuesday morning at 10:30. Karen does a Sewing 101. She teaches you how the machine looks, how it works, how to do the bobbin.
What's a bobbin?
Do a small project. You get a choice of project. There's a couple different projects.
Options, yeah.
And you sit there with her. And then Karen's also offering the first Tuesday of the month in the afternoon for private lessons. So if it's something that you have a project that you need help with, Karen would love to sit with you, but you have to call to reserve that. I think she has it already 2 people for this month, but you can't hurt to call and ask. So that's one thing. And then I was just thinking,
I love that.
next week we have our IQ retreat. So
It's full. I'm sorry. Our apologies.
But
for
wait
those
list.
that
Wait
stay.
list.
Some
wait list.
people were saying, "Wow, I didn't get that." I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how else. Like, we're trying so hard to go via email blast, via Facebook, via Instagram,
Word of mouth. We're
in the shop here, live on Facebook. So somehow you got to find out about it somehow. I feel like we're covering all of our bases, but you know what? Not everybody's as active. So that again goes back to that wait list thing. IQ is something that's highly requested. It's just not super easy to have an educator all the time for that because it is high level. If you just got your first embroidery machine and it has IQ design, but you haven't learned the machine yet, hold off.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Yeah, it's definitely a higher, it's more advanced.
Yeah. Advanced beginner, I like to.
Advanced beginner, confident beginner.
Confident beginner. Yeah.
Very confident.
We will do
beginner.
it again, probably in the summer, but wait list is important because we've already called a couple people because a couple people have had back out. So
Yeah.
And then we know who to call as soon as we get another date.
Exactly.
We know to
We'll call
those people.
right,
You get
call
first
those-
dibs.
Right, you get first dibs before we put it live.
Yeah. And hi, Barbara Gordon. She says she loves our show.
Oh, cool.
I love you. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. She's up in Louisville.
Oh, okay. We got all the people outside the state today.
Yep.
The other thing I want to kind of mention is our hoop school.
Yeah, thank you. That's
That's
when I heard
next week.
embroidery. So it is. It's
The 15th.
15th. So we've got sewing 101. We've got quilting 101. Well, now we have embroidery 101. And I think Cindy came up with the awesome name Hoop School, which is just great. So, but it is embroidery 101. So that is for those of you that literally just got your first embroidery machine. You get confused about stabilizer, hooping in general, what thread to use. There's so many questions that people have about embroidery. And I encourage people to go to YouTube and go to the internet and look around, dork around, find all that stuff online. But you get so much different and mixed information that people are like, my brain's melting, I'm lost, and it makes it more confusing. So we're going to really do the first half of the day is literally a lecture, just a lot of information, answering questions, making sure you understand the basics. And then we'll take a break, and then we'll actually sew or embroider.
Is this something they can't do this virtually, can you?
No, this one be hard for them because it's a beginner class. You're going to have questions, especially when we're actually sewing. And if I can't go to your machine and help you navigate,
True.
My fear with this one is it wouldn't be fair for the students that are in person. If I'm trying to, good morning, Tammy. We were trying to focus on someone on the screen.
Right.
So because it's a beginner class, I really think probably no.
I just want to make sure we said something.
No.
Wait, it's not virtual.
If enough people wanted it virtually, maybe we could do something where it's only a virtual class.
Exactly.
Something like that. So, but Hoop School 101, and then, people are going to go, or they've already asked, well, what about t-shirt embroidery and embroidering on towels? Well, we're going to talk about some of that, but I think it's going to branch off like Hoop School 102 could be embroidering on a t-shirt,
right,
or a hoodie, or then towels, or in the hoop. So I think this is going to hopefully, yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I know you are.
And somehow I'm teaching it. I don't know what happened.
You and Maria.
Yeah.
I put the cutting, cut up and sew gurus of embroidery.
Yeah. And since I'm going to be there, Maria won't be too tough on you.
She's not tough.
She's not tough. She's a great instructor too.
She's an awesome instructor.
She is.
But she's no Nazi, and she's like, no, that's wrong. And I'll be like, well, you could do it a little better. So it'll work really well because she has a lot of knowledge.
She has a lot of strengths. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a ton of knowledge, especially when it comes to embroidery and stuff. And I know this, I don't always follow the rules. And so sometimes, but in an education situation, there are techniques that do make your life easier. So I promise I will actually follow them.
Kathy, Hoop School is February 15th. It is all day. So make sure you send it. And it's getting full as well. Imagine that.
Ginger, you just got a combo machine. That would be good for you, actually. If you haven't played with your S9 yet, that would be good for you.
Yep. Totally.
Awesome.
Wow, that's 2 weeks out.
That's 2 weeks out. I think we covered a bunch.
Because then it comes into the show. Then we'll start a new month. So
come see us at Daytona. We're going to talk about that again on Monday for Quilt Talk. But yeah, as you can tell, lots of classes. It's exciting. Thank you for hanging out with us, Christy.
And my pleasure.
I love how many classes you're doing, and the bags are going to keep being requested. So as long as you don't mind, we're going to keep doing bags. I actually asked Christy, would you ever do non-bianni bags? And you said absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I think it's awesome.
I actually just communicated with the Sally Tomato rep.
Yay.
That's coming. So hopefully trunk show in the works, Jaybird Quilt's trunk show coming, Art Quilt show coming.
We got all sorts of things coming.
It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, if you have a project that you want to learn a bag of some sort, and it's not bianni, or even if it is, info@cutupandsew.com and say, this is one I would like to learn.
Put it in the comments.
Or put it in the comments.
That way we can see how many people are interested too.
And we'll do a class around it.
Yeah. Good morning, Barbara. Let's see. Ginger, I have played, just need info on getting off computer USB. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that, because not to take more time, but we're not going to get into the computer portion.
That's a separate class.
It is a separate class, and it technically could be Hoop School 102, like the next class, because so many people download stuff on Embroidery Library, Etsy, whatever, and they struggle to get that from their computer or from the computer to the machine
Mhm.
via USB.
Mhm.
Now, a lot of these new machines are Wi-Fi, so every single
It's
machine,
amazing.
every single machine has the same concept, but it could be a little bit different.
Mhm.
That shouldn't be in the first class. So
Mhm.
then, Ginger, if you're, comfortable embroidering on it, then just hang tight and wait for that one. Because that's going to be definitely a focus. That's the only thing we're going to talk about is the computer and the transporting, and it's not digitizing. That is something that
It's
is a
another
whole
different class.
Different world.
Another class.
I really don't ever want to.
Look, we're building up our class list.
Look at this. All right. Good morning, Kathy. All right. Well, that's it.
That's it.
I think.
I think I hear
thanks
the
for-
bell. I think I hear the bell.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We're in study hall. The bell just rang. You got to move on to your next class.
We put a request out last time for what's our sign off, and we got a good one.
class
Class
dismissed.
Oh, we're supposed
Steve-
to do it in unison.
Oh.
I didn't get the memo. You're like 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Class
dismissed.
No, I didn't know that part. But we'll see you Monday at 9 o'clock. Quilt Talk. Well, he will.
Yeah, you won't be here. Yeah,
I
you'll
will be here. I just not
Yay.
behind the camera.
She's there. All right. Have an awesome day. We'll see
Have a
you guys
great
soon.
weekend.
Take care.
All right.
No,
I think you just click it.
well, I
Maybe.
forget.